Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Pedri Gonzalez as the Barcelona's golden boy outlines career ambitions, saying that Champions League with Barca and World Cup with Spain. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then, secondly, talking about Pablo Gavi, as finally it has now been official that Gavi has been registered with the Barcelona first team and he has been handed the number 6 shirt. So, guys, we are going to be discussing on that as well. So, guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Pedri has firmly established himself as the heart and soul of Barcelona's midfield. At just 20 years of age, the young star is irreplaceable in Xavi Hernandez's setup and is rightfully in the debate for the best in the business. Injuries have not been kind to him during his stints in Catalonia so far. However, there is not much to fault apart from those fitness setbacks, for he is a standout on the field. Recently, Barcelona's young midfielder Pedri spoke to El Dia, where he elaborated on topics including his aspirations, the current quality of the Barca squad, and the past season. Here we discuss on the snippets from his interaction. The Golden Boy winner first commented on the biggest trophies he dreamt of winning as a professional footballer, picking one each from the international and club football stages. He then insisted that he would leave no stone unturned in achieving those dreams. He said, winning the Champions League with Barca and the World Cup with the Spanish national team. These are the trophies that every player wants to have. I have not yet had the privilege of winning either of them. It is something that it is in my mind, and of course I'm going to fight to get there and be in a position to achieve them. Why his ambitions in terms of the collective were well defined, Pedri was relatively coy when asked about his aspirations on an individual level. He humbly responded to the question saying, I never imagined being where I am now, but I know I have to keep working because I want more titles and reach much higher up. The peak of Barcelona's 2022-23 season was undoubtedly winning the La Liga title. After a long wait, Pedri acknowledged the importance of the title and explained what made it sweet. He said, La Liga awards regularity. It distinguished the best in the entire championship. It is very difficult to win because you have to spend all days trying to score. Finally, the Barcelona prodigy gave his 2 cents on where he ranked the team's current talents and caliber. While he admitted that the foundations of a great project were there, he kept his feet grounded and spoke on the opportunity to improve. He said, we are a young team that wants to improve. We have a good group with many qualities, and next year we have to go and fight for everything. Of course, we have to fight for everything, according to what Pedri said. Great words from him. Of course, Pedri have been marred with injuries a lot, especially this past season, and that is one thing that he should be careful about. This is a guy who have been a starting 11 midfielder since Ronald Koeman was in charge. And hopefully this coming season, Pedri can be more regular in terms of fitness because he's very key to this team. When Pedri is not in that team, we see that there's something lacking in that midfield department. And of course, hoping that this upcoming season, Pedri can be regular, with less injuries and perform more regularly. I think we are going to enjoy him more. So we can remember during his very first season at Barca, during the times of Ronald Koeman, Pedri played nearly every game of football. And many people say, the side effect of that season with no rest, because club and country, he played everything. The Euros came, he played everything. He was the most capped player in the top 5 leagues that seasons, the 2020-21 season. And many suspect that have been a long-term cause to his injury problems lately. That is why Xavi Hernandez is trying to ensure that this transfer window, if we can look for players like Ilkay Gundogan, of course, coming to the team, it will greatly help in the fact that when Pedri is tired, normally when you start seeing a young player of just 20 years old having a lot of injury problems, you need to start thinking that, come on, this guy doesn't need to be playing all the time. Definitely bringing some quality backups will also help him a lot. So I think that if Barca go for that Ilkay Gundogan player, Pedri will be rotated at times to give him some very important rest. Because I think Javi and of course all of us the Barca fans, we really want Pedri to be fit all the time because his importance is second to none. He's a very quality player, and of course, it's very frustrating when Pedri goes out injured all because of tiredness or fatigue or whatever. And I think Xavi himself wants that to stop. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. In a huge boost for FC Barcelona, they have managed to successfully register midfield prodigy Gavi as a first-team member of La Liga. The 18-year-old has also been handed the number 6 shirt by Barcelona. Gavi had signed a new contract with Barca in September last year, committing his future to the club until 2026. However, his registration as a first-team player with a new contract was not completed at the time due to financial fair play restrictions. Barcelona did manage to register his new deal on the January transfer deadline day after securing a precautionary measure from a court. However, the precautionary measure was withdrawn just a couple of months later, leading to Gavi reverting to his youth team contract. The 18-year-old's deal consisted of a clause that would have allowed him to leave for free in the summer if not registered before July 1st. However, that was never a concern for Barcelona as the midfielder never considered the possibility of leaving the La Liga champions. Only a couple of weeks ago, it was reported that Gavi's registration was no longer an issue, and now it has been made official with the 18-year-old appearing on La Liga's website as a first-team member with the number 6 shirt. Apart from Gavi, Barcelona are also hoping to register the new contracts of other players like Ronald Araujo, Inaki Pena, Marcos Alonso, and Sergi Roberto. The departures of Jordi Alba and Busquets has created room for the registration of 4 players, 2 of whom are expected to be Gavi and Araujo. More exits will be needed for the club, though, to register new contracts of the aforementioned players as well as any new faces that arrive. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.